After seeing some reports that are coming out of Pittsburgh Steelers training camp here on day one, I want to pose a couple questions to this coaching staff. Welcome back for our second upload of the day here on Mic Drop Sports as the Pittsburgh Steelers embark on this 2024 journey. And we're talking a little bit about this training camp session and what we're starting to see early and often. I was noticing that you saw Broderick Jones back at that right tackle position, and you saw Troy Fautanu backing him up there as they went through some drills. Is this a mainstay? Is this the way it will be? That's unknown. We still have to give training camp a little bit of time to develop and watch these storylines build and take place and grow as these players continue on this journey. However, the Pittsburgh Steelers coaching staff immediately doing this with this lineman group already, with these guys, with this young talent already kind of putting them in these places that really, in my eyes, don't match up to what they're trying to do here. I think that you're looking at Broderick Jones going over to the left tackle spot. That is the logical choice. You look at Dan Moore Jr. and you say to yourself, he's had significant starts at the NFL level, but is yet to be that top shelf type guy. Why continue to wait and continue to ride with him at that left tackle spot and continue to draft guys at high positions with high value draft picks and not put those players into place and allow them to start getting a chance to grow and develop as a unit. I've been preaching all offseason that this offensive line has to be the focal point of this Pittsburgh Steelers team, of the coaching staff. They have to really hit this out of the park. They have to hit a home run with this offensive line because that's where it all starts, guys. Without that offensive line, this group does not go. And it's just a discouraging thing to see the offensive line start out in that way. Practice one, day one of training camp, putting Dan Moore Jr. in that left tackle spot when you know there's talent available that deserves a chance, that it deserves to be put in place to allow this young talent with a bunch of guys that are going to be on rookie deals, several guys that could be on rookie deals, allow them to start growing together, allow them to start this journey early and not wait. And I think that's where Mike Tomlin has a major deficiency. I think he mismanages some of this roster. In terms of player personnel and putting them in the right positions, maybe waiting too long for rookies to get that chance to show what they can do, and they're sitting on the sideline, not allowing them in there to develop. And I think that is a problem. I think that when you draft guys with such significantly high draft picks, high quality guys that you really are high on, I think that you should get them in there early and allow them to go and allow them to grow and learn from the best teaching tool, and that is reps, that is being involved in the offense, that is being out there playing, not standing on the sideline continually watching. These guys have played all their life. They have built up to this moment. They deserve the chance to get in there and get ready to roll whenever you've already seen what you've had from these other guys, i.e. Dan Moore Jr. Then you look at the center spot, you see Nate Herbig taking some snaps. They have some other guys in camp also that can take some snaps, but you look at Nate Herbig taking snaps. You look at Zach Frazier there. I think Zach Frazier wins that job. I think he is the starter day one for the Pittsburgh Steelers in Atlanta to open up the regular season. I look at the guard positions. You see James Daniels and Isaac Seumalo. I like them. They are solidified in place. But the most important spots here left remaining, those tackle spots that have to be figured out. And I think if you continually put Broderick Jones on the right, continually put Fautanu in the backup role, not allow him to get significant snaps here early in training camp, I think you are asking for failure. And I don't think you're putting your best foot forward if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers in terms of the offensive line. I think you are making a grave mistake in my eyes. I think that it's all about guys getting those players in there, putting them together early, getting that definitive group that you're going to want to start week one in place now, right here in July. Get them in place and allow them to start working with each other. And I know they are all working with each other in practice. I get that. But you have those guys that are deemed starters, that are, with that first group. And I'm not saying you just instantly put Troy Fautanu in that first group. I'm not saying that. But I think he needs to be that 1A in that right tackle spot. I think Dan Moore Jr. needs to be moved over to right tackle. Broderick Jones put in his rightful place as the franchise left tackle. And if that's not going to be your game plan, move Troy Fautanu back over, or move him over to the left tackle spot where he played in college, and allow him to get the reps there instead of Dan Moore Jr. If you're sold on Broderick Jones being the right tackle, then put Troy over there at the left tackle spot. I think that that's what makes sense to me. Again, I think you're wasting time, and I think that is a big-time mismanagement by Coach Tomlin. And I think his stubbornness in his way of not allowing rookies to go out there and go and get those reps, I think is a problem sometimes. You looked at Kendrick Green. He was given the keys to the ship at center right off the bat, and everyone saw his deficiencies the whole time during training camp, saw his deficiencies throughout the regular season, and they refused to correct it. They just kept wheeling him out there. And you didn't even take him with some extremely high draft pick, You look at Troy Fautanu, you look at Broderick Jones, you look at Zach Frazier. Those guys need to be in place week one, day one. Why? Because you spent high draft capital on them, and you've given lesser players that had lesser talent, in my eyes anyway, than those three, a chance to prove it. And you're not giving these guys, in my eyes, right away, immediately, that chance. You gave Kendrick Green, for God's sakes, Marquise Pouncey's number right off the bat at the same position to go out there and completely not show anything. And you continually wheeled him out there until it was too late, until you were stuck. I just don't understand this logic, guys. And that was my biggest takeaway so far from getting to see a little bit of training camp video and what they were doing right away, immediately when they started to warm up. I thought that was a major issue, and I thought that it was a continuation of the mismanagement that Mike Tomlin has shown over here over the last few seasons. Is it all Mike Tomlin's fault? Absolutely not. But I think he has the end-all, be-all say in this decision, and I think that he needs to figure out why these guys aren't playing, and figure out why they continue to wheel out a subpar guy in Dan Moore Jr. when you have high-value draft capital picks sitting in place currently on your roster, ready to go. We'll see how this training camp develops and continue to see how these guys get the reps divided amongst them. Maybe things change. Maybe it's a little too early to be saying these things, but it didn't look good, guys, right from the start for me. I wasn't excited about seeing that. I thought that Mike Tomlin would have been a little bit different and brought those guys out there and allowed them to, right off the bat, start getting to work. Now, I'll be up there hopefully this Saturday to see a live practice, see, where these guys are put in place, because I really didn't get a monster view of it today, a great broad view of it today. I only got bits and pieces, but I hope to be there to see some of these guys get these reps. And then, though that won't be a padded practice, but then I'll go on to a padded practice maybe a week later and maybe get to see some more and see how this develops, to continue to watch this story and see how it grows. But beyond the wide receiver, beyond the quarterback, beyond anything on this football team, the offensive line has to be the headline story here, guys. It has to be. The Pittsburgh Steelers have to get these trenches solidified, get these players in place early, and make the right moves here, because this is the most important thing right now for this Pittsburgh Steelers team, because nothing goes without this offensive line. The whole offense could be a complete failure by having an offensive line that shows extreme deficiencies and weak points. You can't have that. It has to be tidied up, and it has to be tidied up right now. And hopefully Mike Tomlin realizes this and sees this early in training camp and gets this situation corrected, at least in my eyes. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see how this all goes. So until tonight for our live stream, guys, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Continue to watch us for updates, more videos, because we are going to be pumping them out here as the Pittsburgh Steelers embark on this 2024 season. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.